Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and today I'm going to do a features inspection and performance evaluation of the Brabus Shadow 500 cabin. Cabin being the operative word, so let's start our features inspection right here. We've got an opening to both sides 32 inches wide and then a step down 10 inches as we enter the cabin. We've got a 61-inch bench seat going all the way across, and we're already seeing the Brabus upgrades with the upholstery with nice stitching going all the way across. It's nice and cool in here because we've got air conditioning working off of an inverter, and notice the air conditioning is controlled by a touchpad. And what I really like about these boats is that they have clever use of space. It's a cabin, but we don't have to sacrifice a lot and be crammed in here. For example, if I move these two seats forward, notice now that I've got a sink and right next to it, a chill box. Fit and finish and comfort features. Notice we've got a footrail, plus the carpeting with the Brabus trim. Notice the grab handle is up high, not down low where it'll hit our arm or interfere with us as we're going through waves. Now, if air conditioning isn't your thing and you want to let the sun shine through, we have an opening sunroof. Notice the speakers. This boat has the extended audio package that includes 4 7.7-inch signature speakers, 2 6.5-inch speakers, 1600-watt amplifier, and a 10-inch subwoofer. Now let's move to the stern. Well, the features back here start with this entertainment module that opens with a push button. It's all finished in gunmetal gray that matches the rest of the boat. An electric grill can go in this position. There's a sink and then a top-loading refrigerator. Storage is underneath. Take a look at this storage in the deck, and this goes all the way underneath. And notice it's lockable. Additional storage is to both sides. S-Tech non-skid padding is on all the decking, and notice that the deck is self-draining. Now let's move forward. So we make our way to the bow. 14-inch wide side decks. The bulwarks come up 22 inches. Rails top out at 28. And notice the cabin top has a recessed area so we can use the whole length as a grab rail. Nice use of space up here. Always excellent use of space with these boats. The seating is offset to one side instead of having it to both sides. So nice compromise, and it's excellent comfort level. The bolsters top out at 26 inches, so that adds to the comfort level, and they surround the entire bow. We can of course add a pedestal table, and cushions can turn the entire area into a sun pad. And of course, what would a family-friendly boat be without a head compartment? Here, it's right in front of the cabin. The door's held open by a magnetic catch. This one's laid out in the exclusive cool gray with a black color scheme. Has an electric flush toilet. The sink and faucet are connected to a fresh water tank that holds 40 liters of water. Sink top is black Corian. There's a mirror on the aft wall. There's a side storage compartment on the port side. The decking is more of the non-skid Exotech that we see in the exterior. We can also have a pop-up sunshade over this entire area. Now, let's take a look at the operational features, and we'll start with the ground tackle. The hatch opens with a turn and lock latch. It's held open by a gas strut. There's an all-chain rode. Windlass is handling that rode. Leads to a swivel and then a 7.5 kilogram plow style anchor on an anchor roller. For power, we've got the 250 horsepower Pro XS Mercury engines, and these are the V8, so it's an excellent power to weight ratio. Now there's also a seating package that's available here, and for that reason the staple rails are also reversible. That means because they're reversible, we can get the engines tilted all the way out of the water. Notice how the water sports bar goes over the engines. The helm, really nicely done, and they went with an all-glass dash, no gauges. Twin 12-inch Simrad multifunction displays behind an all-glass panel, so there's still functionality at the touch. This one also has the Sirius XM weather, so there's an additional antenna on the antenna array up above. Push button electrical gauges lighted when activated. The steering wheel, all Brabus right there, controls to both sides. The wheel is also on a tilt base. And if you use your finger to spin the wheel, be careful that you don't hit that with your finger, but you'll only do that once. Throttle mounted almost on the vertical, but it's still easy to use, and it has the auto trim feature. Ignition's way down low. and there's a footrest down below. Large single-piece windshield, curved at the edges and just the slightest bit of distortion to the curved areas. Slight mullions, so there's really no blind spot, and then windows to the sides, opening doors to both sides to get into the side decks. Twin bucket seats, adjustable fore and aft, and they both include flip bolsters. Now these boats have typically excellent running and handling characteristics. Let's take a look at the bottom and see what gives them that excellent characteristic. It starts with running strikes, 1, 2, 3 of them that come up to form 2 chines, 1, 2. As we run back, we've got a step that runs all the way across, bringing air underneath the hull, and then there's another step also bringing air underneath the hull. Then the chine carries all the way back. Now notice forward, as we come ahead, the bow is lifted up, so this section of the bow is typically out of the water as we're running, but when we encounter waves, this sharp entry goes into play and it starts giving us a narrow entry and cuts through the waves, and the spray rail gives us a nice dry ride. Notice that we've also got trim tabs. I find these only to be useful for correcting for an uneven distribution of weight, but more importantly, the engines are mounted to an extended running surface. This also gives us more buoyancy at the stern, so when we come up on plane, it is more of a level surface when we come up. It's not a high bow rise. That's a significant factor. Now let's get underway.
The Brabus 500 cabin has a length overall of 31 feet 3 inches, a beam of 9 feet 8 inches, and a draft of 2 feet 8 inches. With an empty weight of 6,173 pounds, half fuel and 3 people on board, we had an estimated test weight of 7,002 pounds. With the twin 250 horsepower Mercury Pro SX engines turning 13.6 by 21 pitch propellers and wound up to 5950 RPM, our speed topped out at 62.1 miles per hour. Best cruise came in at 4,000 RPM and 38.4 miles per hour. It was at that speed that the 19.1 gallon per hour fuel burn translated into 2 miles per gallon and a range of 134 statute miles, all while still holding back a 10% reserve of the boat's 74 gallon total fuel capacity. Shove the throttles forward and she'll come up on plane in an average 3.5 seconds, and she'll stay on plane right on down to 11 miles per hour. We reached 20 miles per hour in 4.9 seconds, and 30 came and went in 7 seconds.
Always when I take these boats out, I wish we had more wind so I could show you how they handle in really bad conditions, but we have plenty of footage to show that. But comfortable handling regardless, and comfortable boat to be on, and that's my full features inspection and performance evaluation of the Brabus Shadow 500 cabin. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.